Yeah, hello everyone. Happy Sunday and welcome to Forex Network. These are another sections where we're talking about our trading view for the week. The pairs we'll be looking at for the week. Actually, we've marked out over 10 pairs where structure pairs we'll be looking at for, or we'll be putting our waiting list for the next trading sections. And that is what we will be telling you right now. So get your paper, get your pen, and let the class begin. Okay, the first pair we're looking at is the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar has been a very good pair. As you can see, let's go to the 4H time frame. Sorry, it's 4. Okay, it's currently broke. Let me remove this. It's currently broke this support here. This particular one. This has been very good support for a very long period of time. So when it broke it, came right here, then it started moving in a range like move, or start giving us a range like move. Please, we take a little of time on this because this is the first one. After this, the next ones or the other ones we'll be talking about, we might not really take much of time because it's the same principle that guides this one that also guides the others. So we do all the talking on this Aussie dollar. Then you cannot take the same information from this, then replicate it to the other pairs we will be showing you later on in the video. Okay, so as I said now, currently, let's go to the one hour time frame. You can see that this market is now currently moving in a range. This is a range right here. Go to this level, go here, go to this level still, go to this level, then still came back here. So what do you expect now of this market? Remember, there is now two movement in this market. So let's show our TP. This is a last low. So if this market now, what we're expecting of this market now is to give us for a bullish movement, it should break above this level here. Remember, these are the highs. So we expect it to now break above this, comes back here, this same level for what it is. Remember, it mustn't get here, it's a zone. So it mustn't get there. So once it comes there, then we expect what? A continuation. That is if it shows us the signs of what? Of continuation. So what are these signs? As I always say, I use two major candles to know my signs of continuation. And the first one I use is the bullish engulfing, which is engulfing candles. The next one is the pin bar. Then if I can get rejection sticks like a lot of weeks, that's good confirmation also. So for those of you that don't still know what I mean by pin bar, here is a pin bar right here. This red candle you're seeing here, that seems as if this particular one here. Okay, let me see. Let me see if we can get another pin bar. I'm sure you all can see this now. This red candle here, this one. Good. That is what? That is a pin bar. So once we see something like this, remember, the longer the week, the better our opportunity we have in that market. So once it's something like that, then we can now know, okay, the what? The bears are in control of the market. So to confirm it, we expect what? The next candle to be what? To be bearish. Once after the pin bar, you see a bearish candle, then you can now know, okay, good, the bears are now in control of this market. So if that should happen somewhere here still, then the market comes down, then we get a retest, then something like a pin bar or a bearish engulfing gives us, or then we have a law of weak, which is candle rejection, then we expect the market to come straight to this our next low here, which will be our what? Our TP1. Then if it breaks below it, we expect again a retest. Remember, it must get to that zone. It's a zone, so it's not a must get to that particular level. Once start seeing loss in momentum candles, is small candles, then you can now what? Think of what? Of continuation to the what? To the downside. Otherwise, remember, we always give you two options in this market, just in case the market plays otherwise. Here is a range. So what? We expect a breakout of either what? To the upside or to the what? To the downside. We are not magicians to tell you it should surely break to the upside or it should surely break to the downside. But one of them will definitely happen. Except the market continues moving in a range. That means when the market opens, it goes straight up again. come back, goes up, come back. If you're a range trader, then you know what to do in that case. You buy support and sell the resistance. Good. But if you're a trend trader, then you wait for a breakout, retest. As always, it's must get to that level. Once you see the confirmation, the candlestick, the weak rejection, then straight to do what? To do that trend line. That will be our TP1. I hope you knew how I got the trend line. Let me show you. Let me show you I got the trend line. Let me go to H4. I think H4 better. Yeah. So you can see it. The market was making series of what? Series of will I say higher lows. So first right here, it got tested somewhere here, came back again right here. That's the second one. Then still here. So that confirms that this trend line is a valid trend line. So that's why we say it becomes our what? Our TP1. Good. So that being said, let's now go straight to the next pair. As I said, we might not take much of time we took on Aussie dollar because we only want you to understand the kind to expect what you will see before you take the trade. Because I know a lot of people, once the market opens, you just place a buy stop and a sell stop, then expect the market to continue. No. You must see those confirmation sticks, those confirmations signals before placing your trades. Okay, so let's go straight to the next one. Let's check at GBP USD. Okay, similar something I'm seeing here. Let's go to H1. Okay, so here is it. So now, what are we expecting of this market? Remember, we've already marked out some levels. That's our resistance. This right here. This right here is our resistance. And these are trend line. As you can see, that we obeying this trend line twice. That has obeyed it twice. Probably let's see if it obeys it twice. Let's see. Let's see if the trend line got obeyed twice. Yeah, it actually did. Good. It actually did. Remember 3 touch. So that means what you got to trend line thrice. So what are we expecting of this market now? To break what? I'm sure a lot of you already know what I'm about to say now. So it's to break above this market, come back to retest it, give us confirmation signals, then continuation. So if you're asking for the TP1 or TP2, your TP1, remember your stop loss will be what? Below this structure, below the new support. Remember it was a resistance before, then got broken because of support. Your stop loss will now be below it. So that's our stop loss will be. Then take profits, you can use a risk ratio of 1 to 2 minimum. I hope that's understood. For the bearish sentiments, is for it to break what? Below this. Let me remove this. For it to break below this is our trend line, break below it, then this becomes our what? This level here, it becomes our new zone. Remember, that's the zone the market has been obeying. So if the market breaks below it, comes back to retest it, we don't look for retest on the trend line. So we look for the retest on support and resistance levels. So comes back to retest that our new, we like call it resistance. Now remember the support got broken, becomes our what? Our resistance. Once it gives us those candlestick I mentioned earlier, they can now look forward to what? To shorten the market. Okay, so let's go to USD card. That will be our next pair. I think we've taken 2 pair already. So let's check out USD card. I love analyzing on the 4 hours. Okay, this is the 4 hours. Okay, so let's go on this. That's our resistance. As you can see, there are a series of words. Higher lows right here. Okay, so this is it. Now, what are we expecting? I'm sure most of you still know it. Either a break below the trend line, then a retest. If you are retesting, we are expecting to retest this level right here. That's the zone we are expecting to retest. Otherwise, we will wait for it to break above this level here, come back for a retest. Once it gives us a confirmation signal, then we go straight longing the market to our TP1, which is to this highs here. That will be our TP1. Then if it still break above it, retest it, give us the signals, then we go straight to our for our TP2. I'm sure you all know where your stop loss will always be and your take profit. It will always be in the previous highs or below the previous highs, a little below the previous high and a little below above the previous it will always be a little below the previous low or a little above the previous highs. Okay, so let's go to the next one. The next we'll be looking at is a USDCHF. Let's look at USDCHF. USDCHF is another good pair currently, as it's currently on a very, very good resistance. This has been very good resistance for a long period of time. But it's also giving us what? Similar something right here. As you can see here. Okay, so let's go to the H1 so you can see clearer. So this is it. I'm sure you also know what you're also expecting. Similar something breaks the what? The resistance. Come back to what? To retest it. Shows us our confirmation signals. Then we what? We long the market. Otherwise, if it will break below the, this becomes our what? This level right here. This level right becomes our, imagine this is our previous low. It will always what? Come back for retesting the lows. Most times it doesn't retest what? The trend lines. So that's our previous low, because that's the place where the market seems to break what? To break below in the previous what? In the previous trading week. So if you break below this right now, retest it, then we can short this market. Okay, let's go to the AUD card. AUD card similar something. Let's go to H4. I think it's similar to the USDCHF, but somehow opposite, right? A former what? A former resistance right here. So the resistance right there got broken. Then what? The market came back, formed a chopper movement right here, got ejected, came back again, got ejected, currently it's back. So now we're taking this market now on a buy. Let's check. Let's zoom the left market. Or let's even go to the 1 hour chart. As you can see it now, there's no signal of what? Of boost taking over this market. We don't have the pin bar, we don't have the bullish engulfing. Though we have a rejection, which shows what? There's a little indecisiveness in the market. But still, you can see that the bears are still fully in control of this market. We don't have any sign of bearish taking over. We don't have any sign of, the bulls taking over. So that's why we always say, you don't just short the market once it gets to the support. Because there's tendency for this market to continue moving still below that our support level. So if it breaks the support level, give us a retest, then we can now short this market. And otherwise, if it breaks above this, remember this becomes our new resistance. So if it's actually showing us symptoms or signs of rejection somewhere here now, this zone, if you see the candlestick or what I mentioned earlier, they can now take this market on a buy with a TP right here. That'd be a very good trade. Remember, our stop loss will always be below this, then our TP right here. That's like 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. Yeah, 1 to 4 risk reward ratio, if that will play out. And as I always say, please, you must always wait for the market to get your take profits. Once you start seeing signs of what will I say? Signs of let's say breaking previous support and forming new ones, you can always move your stop loss to a better place to lock in some profits. So don't always wait for the market. Once the market is in good profit, you can always move your stop loss. Let me say if it moves above this level now, it moves above this, get to somewhere here. You can move your stop loss from here to break even. That way, you've already locked in some profits. Which means that you're not actually expecting the market to come back. But just in case, remember, nobody's 100% sure of this market. So please and please, don't let a positive market turn into a negative one. It actually feels very bad. So please, once the market moves in your direction for a good number of pips, then you can lock in some profits instead of watching the market go against you again. So let's go to the AUDCHF. Let's check AUDCHF. think something similar, right? No, nothing similar. So let's see what this has to offer. Okay, this has already broken its own. This was the former. This was the former what? Former support became our resistance currently. Remember, got tested over here, then became our what? Our resistance right here, which is what we have what is called the what? The double top right here now. So this double top is also a good signal of what? Of reshorting the market. And now seems the bears are now in control because you can see this Amani candles right here. These two candles here. That shows that what indecisiveness in the market. So at the best ready to take over, that is what we are able to find out when the market opens. So if you see symptoms or you see our signs of continuation, remember I always say it, what we use is the pin bar, the engulfing candles, weak rejections. So any of which we see, that shows you what that the bears are now back in control of it. So they can now what short this market. So that's it. I don't think we have a lot to say about this. Okay, for TP1, TP1 is right here, this low. And if it should break above it, break above this, remember this is our previous up, our previous high. This one higher is our previous high. So if it breaks above it, come back to retest it, shows us our signals, then we can now what? Long this market together with the thing. Because remember, the market it's a what? It's a buy market for a long period of time. So that's it. Let's go to CAD CHF. Similar stuff. I don't think we need to talk much about this. See something similar to that. Right here. So that's it. As you can see, we already have our pin bar right here now. So what we are expecting is we are not expecting what to have a bullish or a bearish candle. If we have a bearish candle when the market opens, then we can now short this market with our TP1. TP1 right here. Then if it breaks below this, comes back again for a test, gives us our signals, we short it for our TP2. Otherwise, this is our previous high. So, sorry. Yeah, that's our previous high. So if it breaks above it, come back to retest it, give us the signal, a choppy movement, lots of momentum candles, any of which we have. So long as it shows consistency, you can have like 1, 2. You can like you have the bearish candle, you have the bullish candle, you have the weak rejection, you also have the lots of momentum candles. If you can have the 3, that gives a better signal for us what to long this market. So that's it. Let's go to the next one. I think the next one we're talking about is let's check Euro JPY. Let's check Euro JPY. Okay. Euro JPY is currently giving us something good too. As you can see, this is a good resistance, which is currently on. Let's go to one anti-frame. Let's see if you can see something good there. Okay. The market got the resistance level get tested right here. Came over here too. Got tested still. Then currently the third one is now here. So is the market ready to short? We already have our words, our what's it called? Our bearish engulfing. The market it's about, or let's say it's likely to give us a double top. If it gives us a double top, then we still have our signs of bearishness in this market. Then we short this market with our TP1 at this level here. Okay, that's our TP1. Remember, our stop loss is right here, will be here. Then TP1 is be here. That's like 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. Okay, I'm sure we've taken. Okay, let's go to USDJPY. That would be I think second to the last. The other ones I'll just call out so you can just check them out. Let's check USDJPY. Let's check on the daily. Okay, as I said earlier, USD has been a very good pair because USD has been a very good currency. seems it's ready to take over the market, because for a long period I've been what, bearish. I've been bearish on the USD market, but currently since the market is back, it's gaining its what, its lost glory, as they always say. Okay, so what I expect of this market now? Imagine this is the daily. Let me zoom it so you can see something clearer. This is the daily market. So what you expect is for this market to come down here. So it's likely for on Monday we have what, bearish movement in this candle. Get this retested, then what? Then we look forward to what? To going long on this market. Otherwise, wait for it. Once it's getting, if we have what they call the bearish candle, goes in, come back to retest. This become our TP. Imagine this is the daily this is the daily chart. If it breaks it, retest it, comes back to this, our TP2, this level right here. That becomes our TP2. Remember, I can always go to the lower time frame to see something better there. I said this becomes a what? This becomes our TP1, TP2. So that is exactly what I said. I said what? It might come back to test this level here. Then we expect what, to short this market. Otherwise, if it doesn't come back to test that level, it might also come back to test this level here. This level right here. This one right here. So if it comes back here, test this, gives us the sign. This what we always say is what, it's a zone. It's not really a line for us to always say if it doesn't get here. So if it get to the previous zone or previous place where the market forms something like a choppy movement, where the market finds it a little bit difficult to break above it, then once it gets there, it gives us symptoms of what, of continuation, or sorry, signs of continuation. Then we can look to go along with the new trend of the market. So that's it for USJPY. Let's go to the let's go to GBP. I think this will be the last one. Sorry, before we continue, if you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed, you can do that right now. Please, please, and please. It's actually important because you will get notified anytime we post every other video. You can always come in here to ask the questions. As I always say, feel free to drop a question in the comment section. You're free to contact us. Our everything to know about us is in the description. So contact us. You can join our Telegram channel, our WhatsApp channel, and